1 Timothy 1, 9 through 10 talks about the ungodly, the sinners, the unholy, the profane, those who strike their fathers and mothers, murderers, the sexually immoral, men who practice homosexuality, and enslavers or slave traders. The two are together. And what's happening now, for example, with Black Lives Matter, as a social justice movement, it's brought these two issues together. I hit this when I read from their website, their mission statement, that they've since rewritten, taken down, and Google has complicitly worked with them to make it a 404 classification, meaning it's disappeared and been erased from the internet. But I took a screenshot, you're welcome, so let me just share a few things with you. They said, and I quote, "We do the work to dismantle cisgender, male, female, God-given. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure, mom, dad, kids," which is the only way you get kids, by the way. They go on to say that we are, quote, "freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative thinking." Male, female. Male, female. These issues coming together create a very difficult position, especially for black pastors who love Jesus and believe the Bible. This was the man who first employed me as a pastor, was a black pastor. First pastor I worked for was a black pastor. He's since gone home to be with the Lord, and I miss him. And he grew up in Alabama during the South in the 50s and 60s, during Jim Crow and segregation. He knew racism, and he knew the implications of systemic racism generationally firsthand, and he would testify that he hated white people. And then he met Jesus, and God changed his heart. And I remember when he first hired me, he would give me the honor sometimes of going to meetings with black pastors. I'd be the one young white guy in the room just there to learn. He's like, "You got to come and learn some things." Yes, I do. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm in my 20s and I'm white. I have nothing to say. And the pastors would get together and they would talk about how frustrating it was that the race issue and the gender and sexuality issue had morphed into one issue, and how frustrated they were by that. And he particularly knew this very, very well, because he was black and he was raised in the South and he married a white woman. She was German, he was black. His joke was always, "We have German chocolate kids." That was always his joke. I love him with all my heart. I miss him. But for those of you who are younger, these issues come together, but they're separate for God, and they should be separate for God's people.